Back with us here on Trading Hour and onto the commodity space now. Manisha Gupta is joining in. We're focusing on crude oil today. Manisha, good morning. And suddenly, from being on the boil, oil is suddenly on a slippery slope now.
It is, yes, it is. We did see a 7-month lows come in for the crude oil prices. And at one point in time, you really thought that the prices will break below 70 as well. Did not happen. And we've seen some buying opportunity come in on your screens. As you can see, 0.5% of a gain. And this is the second straight day that we have seen the crude oil prices trying to see some opportunity buying from the lower side there. Well, there was a very strong Goldman Sachs report after that meltdown that we saw across asset classes suggesting that the Brent prices will not fall below 75, and that's a strong support. We did see Brent go to 74, but it's holding around 76.5 at this point in time. So 75 seems to be the pivot point right now. The other thing is that the US crude inventories have increased in the last week, and this is after 5 weeks of constant decline. But even with that, the EIA says that if you look at the global inventory, there has been a deficit of 400,000 barrels in the first half, and that is expected to increase to 800,000 in the second half. So we are working with a global deficit scenario here. Also, the EIA says that when you look at the US, oil demand for the month of May, it did hit a record highs. But since then, we have seen prices or the markets not do so well. For the Indian demand for the month of July, we saw 4% of an increase on an year-on-year basis across various levels here. So when you look at within the Asian markets, China may not be doing so well, but India definitely seems to be looking seems to be looking at some positive points there. So the expectation going forward that the crude oil prices perhaps are done with a near-term correction.
Okay, but it doesn't look like the Indian markets are done with not a correction, but in the last 15 minutes or so, we've seen the market slip a bit. We opened with the Nifty at 24,300, and now we're at 24,230, about 70 points being taken off in the last 10-15 minutes. Get into a break. We'll come back and discuss market technicals with Mitesh Thakkar.